Today I'd like to teach anybody willing to watch this how to properly present your work within a classroom environment. Is that a good intro? I'm no good at intros. I hate those things. I think it goes without saying that you should never present first, nor should you ever present last. Hang your work up somewhere in the middle of the room between everybody else. That way, by the time the class does get to your presentation, they'll be warmed up but not burnt out. Because at the beginning, nobody really wants to be there, nobody really wants to talk, so you just look like a fucking moron talking to everybody. And being the last person always is kind of obnoxious, and you kind of get the brunt of everybody's aggression who wants to leave. Who do we still got left to go? Huh? Justin? Really? You still have to go? You're the only one who hasn't presented yet? Why didn't you say anything before? Huh? You wait till now? What'd you bring in, huh? Some drawing of a black guy who raps, maybe? Huh? Yeah. For those who didn't get that joke, it's basically about the fact that I went to school with primarily all sensitive and culturally ignorant white people. And if you can't get a spot in the middle of the room, just wait for all the hipsters in their dick-gripping skinny jeans to go out and smoke an American Spirit and drink some black coffee with each other in the fucking parking lot, and then just kind of squeeze your way in and act like you don't know what the fuck happened. Okay, excuse me, I need to go here. Is this an art piece? Yeah, this is a dish rag. Is this, you guys are serious about this? It's a dish rag. So this is really happening. We're gonna talk about this for at least 30 minutes, I would hope. Okay. I'm just checking. I'm just making sure that I'm not crazy. Okay, cool. Don't mind me, I actually spent some time on this. It's cool. So always go for the middle because it's the safest bet for the most neutral treatment. Number 2, you have to sound smart. I did not say be smart. I said sound smart. It's all about the illusion. Peep this. The work that I have presented for you today is an abstract representation of human interaction. By juxtaposing these specific colors and shapes, a dialogue is created through the tension of the totality of the image and the application of the materials. Now I know what you must be thinking. Hey Justin, that didn't make any damn sense. And you're fucking right! Upon making abstract work, there is no clear-cut way to interpret it. At all. I don't care what any teacher tells you. Oh, really? Really, Furnace? You're gonna turn on during the video? Like in the middle of me doing a rant video? And start heating up the fucking house. Like you run shit. Now I gotta talk over you. When you speak with those really big words and you have some work that really can't be clearly interpreted, so that you're putting up the facade that you look and sound smart, and everybody in art school thinks that they're a fucking genius. No one wants to look stupid by not knowing what you're talking about, not knowing that you really don't know what you're talking about either. So, because nobody wants to look stupid, everybody will end up talking very vaguely about the work. So you'll end up just having this over-convoluted conversation about absolutely nothing for about 30 minutes. It's not going to get you anywhere, and you're really not going to learn a goddamn thing, but the point is that you sounded and you looked smart. Number 3 has 2 parts to it. Experiment and go big. These 2 things always go hand in hand because they're ace in the hole cards. If ever in any event you do not feel 100% completely confident with the work, just say you were either experimenting or make the work really large, and it never fails. When you say that you were experimenting, it's basically admitting the fact that you're a fucking retard and that all you were doing with this new piece was slapping around colors like you were in kindergarten, like a 5-year-old who just discovered the fact that he had a fucking dick. The point is that you were saying you weren't afraid to take a risk because you were trying something new. I honestly can't tell you how many times I've heard a teacher say to every student, I'd rather see you try and fail at something new every time than to succeed at something you've already done. Personally, I think that's a bunch of fucking horse shit. Don't say you're experimenting all the time, because that shit will get old. Only use the experiment card when you got like really fucked up the night before class and you kind of had a rush to make some shit. And then the other part to this is going big. Because when the work is that big, it exists in a way that viewing artwork from a phone or a computer screen cannot. It's big, it's tangible. It becomes overwhelming and breathtaking. Bringing something big, it does not matter what it is. So, okay everybody, I know last week I brought in a line. This week, however, have a big line. As long as it's big. Number 4. I got some weird fucking fingers, man. Exploit yourself. I know. Don't think I'm talking about exploit yourself like you gotta give the teacher a fucking blowjob to get a B-. This isn't high school, okay? You gotta at least fuck the teacher to get a grade in college. What I really mean is that you need to make the work about a piece of yourself that no one else can put into question. If you're anything other than a white male, just make the work about whatever cultural heritage you have. Like I said, I went to school with all a bunch of stuck-up white people, so they don't know any type of culture outside of the fucking trailer park their white trash family lives in. They're all going to be far too intimidated to question a culture that they don't understand out of fear of offending somebody. The irony is that my experience with art school is that white people are more sensitive to racial issues than people of the actual races themselves. Ain't that some shit? And another thing that I think goes without saying, feminism. Having a vagina in art school is like the golden ticket to Willy Wonka's fucking factory. All the faculty and all the students, male or female, white, black, whatever, they're pretty much all feminists. Honestly, so just have your fucking period on a canvas one day and talk about the way you feel oppressed as a woman in society. And, you know, here you go, A+, bitch. If you don't have any of those things, the route you want to go with is to be hyper-personal. Making work about your personal life is always good because people are going to be too afraid to question it in fear that they may touch on something a little too personal and like make you cry or something. And like 9.78 times out of 10, you probably will fucking cry because if you're my age and you're still writing poetry about when your parents got divorced when you were like 8 years old, chances are you need to grow some fucking hair on your dick. Fucking bitch. In closing statements, you should strategize the way in which you present with good timing and the way in which you speak about the work. Because it's not about the legitimacy of the work, it's about the illusion. Artists are like magicians. Now, while some of us can be David Blaine out this bitch, the rest of you motherfuckers in art school ain't nothing but clowns at a kid's birthday party. Fucking balloon animal building bitch.